Welcome to a world where butter, sugar, and flour come together to create something spectacular. As you step into this magical realm, you'll find yourself surrounded by the savory scent and the enchanting glow of these simple yet profound ingredients. Here, the journey of creating something incredibly delicious begins with a sense of anticipation, a touch of creativity, and a dash of excitement. It's a place where the mundane and the extraordinary merge, crafting an experience that's both delightful and unique. Today, we're venturing into the heart of this world, focusing our attention on a beloved classic, butter cookies. These morsels of goodness, with their simple ingredients and straightforward preparation, carry a timelessness that speaks of nostalgia and comfort. With their rich buttery flavor and their tender crumb, butter cookies are, in their essence, a celebration of simplicity and flavor. They're the embodiment of the belief that extraordinary taste can come from the simplest of ingredients. The beauty of butter cookies lies simplicity, both in their ingredients and in their method of preparation. Unlike other, more complex confections, butter cookies require just 4 basic kitchen staples. They are 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of unsalted butter, a ½ cup of sugar, and the smallest pinch of salt. Each of these ingredients play their own part in creating a cookie that is both tantalizing and satisfying. The process of making butter cookies is as soothing as enjoying the final product. It's a culinary ritual that begins with the warming up of the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. This step, unassuming as it may be, marks the commencement of a delicious journey. The heat from the oven not only prepares it for baking but also fills the kitchen with an alluring warmth, setting the stage for the creation of our delightful cookies. While the oven heats up, the next step is to gather all the necessary ingredients. This is more than a mere act of collecting. It's an invitation to engage with each ingredient, to appreciate its unique qualities and the role it plays in our recipe. The all-purpose flour, the backbone of our cookie, provides structure and body. The unsaturated butter, rich and creamy, lends its distinctive taste and texture. The sugar, ½ cup of sweet crystals, adds sweetness and aids in creating a tender crumb. The salt, though just a ¼ teaspoon, enhances making them more pronounced. The blend of these ingredients results in a cookie that's beautifully simplistic, yet incredibly satisfying. It's a joy to both make and eat, a treat that sparks joy with every bite. Its crumbly texture, its subtle sweetness, and its rich, buttery taste come together in a symphony of flavors that make for an irresistible treat. And as you take your first bite, you'll realize that the journey into this world of butter, sugar, and flour is well worth every moment. So prepare yourself for a culinary journey like no other, one that will engage your senses, awaken your taste buds, and leave you with a memorable experience. As you venture into this world, remember that the joy of baking lies not just in the final product, but also in the journey of creation. It's a process that's as rewarding as it is delicious. The journey begins with preheating the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. While the oven warms up, gather all the necessary ingredients: 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of unsalted butter, ½ cup of sugar, and a ¼ teaspoon of salt. Now, the magic begins. First, take the butter, which should be at room temperature, and put it in a large mixing bowl. Add in the sugar. Use a hand mixer or a whisk to blend the butter and sugar together until the mixture is light and fluffy. This process, known as creaming, is essential to give the cookies their light, airy texture. Next, add the dry ingredients to the bowl. Start with the flour, followed by the salt. Stir the mixture gently, making sure not to overmix. The goal here is to incorporate the dry ingredients into the butter and sugar mixture until a soft dough forms. It's time to roll up your sleeves and dive in with your hands if necessary. Once the dough comes together, roll it out on a lightly floured surface to about a ¼ inch thickness. Now you can unleash your creativity and cut out your cookies using any shape you desire. Remember though, the thickness of the dough will affect the baking time and the final texture of the cookies. Place the cut-out cookies on a parchment-lined baking tray, leaving some space between each cookie. Slide the tray into the preheated oven and bake for about 15 minutes, or until the edges of the cookies turn golden brown. As the cookies bake, the kitchen fills with a warm, sweet scent that evokes memories of childhood and simpler times. This, my friends, is the power of cookies. Once the cookies are ready, remove the tray from the oven and allow the cookies to cool on the baking sheet for about 5 minutes. Then transfer them to a cooling rack to cool completely. The result? A batch of golden, buttery cookies that are crisp on the outside, soft on the inside, and absolutely delicious. To recap, making butter cookies involves creaming together butter and sugar, adding in the flour and salt, rolling out the dough, cutting out the cookies, and baking them until golden brown. The simplicity of the ingredients and the process is what makes this recipe a classic. So why wait? Tie on that apron, roll up those sleeves, and transport yourself to the wonderful world of baking. With every bite of these butter cookies, you'll realize that sometimes the simplest things in life can bring the greatest joy.